It's cut forth to Soundbite 8 now. Also, the same event, Drake University on the Fusion Network. During the Q&A, the co-moderator, Jorge Ramos, said, Senator Sanders, Secretary Clinton's been criticizing you. Have you noticed lately that she'd be getting more aggressive with you?
Yes.
Why is that?
I don't know. It could be.
You tell me.
It could be that the inevitable candidate for the Democratic nomination may not be so inevitable today.
There's Bernie jumping all over Hillary. The inevitable candidate may not be so inevitable. Her lead over Sanders has nearly vanished in Iowa. She's 14 points behind in New Hampshire. Donald Trump says that Hillary is facing a tough time against Bernie. He said she came out with a little bit of a statement about me, and I came out with a very big statement about her and Bill, and she stopped talking about me all of a sudden. And I haven't even started on her yet, although last week I did a little bit. But we haven't even started on her. She's already backtracking. And said this Bernie guy, and he's nothing to write home about, Trump says. I mean, Bernie's not great shakes about Bernie, but he's making mincemeat out of her. Here's Trump last night on Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show. Question, let's talk about Hillary Clinton. How do you think she's doing out there?
She's having a tough time. She's got some guy he should be easy to beat. I mean, how can you lose like this? He really isn't even a Democrat. Well, he said he's a socialist, and I think he may be a step beyond a socialist, and she's not doing well. She's about tied in Iowa. She's losing New Hampshire, which is sort of amazing, and I think she's got maybe a race that's going to be a little bit tougher. I think she'll win, I guess, but she's got the email problem. She's got a big problem with the emails. We'll see what happens. Who knows? You know, it's the world of politics. You really never know, but she certainly has a race that's a lot different than people thought.
Exactly right. Now we go to CBS this morning. The host, John Dickerson, is talked to Anthony Mason, actually host Mason filling in for John Dickerson, who says Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders running neck and neck in Iowa, New Hampshire. Sanders said on this program a few weeks back that those two states were critical for him, New Hampshire and Iowa. If Hillary Clinton were to lose those states, how troublesome would it be for her?
Well, it would be quite bad for her to lose those states, but we got to remember she has a serious organization across the entire country. She ran a long campaign against Barack Obama in 2008. She knows how to go there for the long game, and she's got a lot of states. In South Carolina, she has been organizing there as if she were the one 40 points behind. So she has a durable and strong organization out there that would help her if she did lose those two states.
Yeah, she's got what is it? A lot of states in South Carolina. That's John Dickerson, CBS. He misspoke. A lot of delegates is what he means. A lot of support in South Carolina. Long haul, yeah, probably. I mean, Bernie's always been a pretender. And like I told you from the get-go, they're never going to let Bernie Sanders be the nominee of the party. But I'm just telling you, this is not supposed to happen. None of this. If she loses Iowa, and look, it's one thing we speak of this stuff theoretically. The polling data shows this, but let it really happen. You know, let the caucuses happen and let Sanders win there. It's the same thing. Let Cruz win there. It changes everything. Now, these are real votes. These are real results, not polling data. And there's a winner and a loser, and the loss, Hillary, not supposed to happen. And New Hampshire, those two in a row. Now, it's not automatic that you have to win one or the other in order to get to the White House, particularly in this year's Democrat primary. But it's not good. It is totally against what has been set up. This, again, like 2008, the skids have been greased for Hillary, and it doesn't matter. There's a significant portion of this party that doesn't want her at all anywhere near the White House, victorious or whatever. They want her gone. They want her to go away and her husband to go away. And they've tried to send that message twice here, while Hillary and her crowd continue to think all of this is just pro forma and is the equivalent of a coronation. And you get Biden chiming in here. So this is going to end up, it's going to be a contest. Like I said yesterday, we might get to the point where we have to reactivate Operation Chaos at some stage of the Democrat primary. And folks, don't forget something else Mrs. Clinton did. she has called for free abortions for Medicaid recipients. Now, that's, on the Democrat side, that's going to get applause. On the Democrat side, she's going to be heralded for this as very compassionate and caring and concerned. And, of course, anybody that promotes and advocates abortion benefits the Democrat Party. But I just want to remind you something, what this is. Who are Medicaid recipients? By definition, Medicaid is for the poor. Medicare is for the elderly, seasoned citizens, and the infirm, the unfirm, the disfirm, the whatever. But Medicaid is for the poor. Here's Mrs. Clinton promising free abortions, which is an incentive for Medicaid recipients. Now, if a Republican came out and did this, the first person erupting like a jack-in-the-box would be the Reverend Vax, followed closely by Al Sharpton, and they would both be screaming that this is tantamount to racial genocide, that this Republican is giving away abortions to the poor, and they would say, we all know who the poor are, we all know who these Republicans, so they're actually paying. And this is what would be said if it were a Republican doing this. The practical matter is the effect is the same. Mrs. Clinton, however, is the agent here, so she's going to be heralded. She's going to be applauded. She's going to be hailed as a great, caring woman. The very same result, very same occurrence, if proposed by a Republican, would be condemned because of what it is. So if a Republican proposed it, you would actually have people coming out speaking against abortion. And I position this way just to illustrate what this is and how the Democrats benefit and what they actually do. It's sick, is what it is. And she, as I say, will be heralded.